much of an F9. I'm supposed to be working. You're making me look bad.
皆さん、牢屋で一泊することには何の抵抗？非日常的なことが続きすぎてて、感覚が麻痺。
Check the cells just in case, ensuring there are no traps here like in the manor. There's no furniture apart from the beds, and since all the cells have the same layout, we finish fast.
この牢屋に入るかみんなの希望がまとまったから図に起こしてみたよ。
まず社畜さんが書いたんですか。
You drew this one, comic?
上手ですね。
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
会社で上司から仕掛け絵本の企画を命じられたことがあってね。その時にね、企画はポシャったけど娘が喜ぶような絵を描けるようになったから結果オーライだよね。
事情が生々しい。
At any rate, it's very easy to tell in the diagram where each detective is resting. A wide central path is sandwiched between the those cells on either side. We consider his entrance to be south, and the men are on the east side and the women on the west. Have consideration to the latter. Beyond that, the detectives seem to be randomly distributed. Only one detail stands out to me.
文学さん、一
Will
人
you
部
be
屋で
okay
も
on your
大丈
own,
夫。
Bookworm?
はい。
Come again?
もしよかったら、
If you'd like, I can place my mattress by the door and sleep in the same cell as you tonight. That way we'll notice if anyone tries to sneak in.
いきなり何を言い出しますの？あなた。
Huh? I feel the burn of every eye in the room boring into me. Did I say something
気
wrong?
持ちはわかるけど、文学ちゃんもレディの
Huh? But what, the same team. Why?
この変。
Ow! What did I do wrong? I was just worried. Why is she so mad?
これはワト君が悪いな。こってり絞られる。
どう
But
して
why? The only response I received to my question is Holmes's beaming smile.
どうしてモノオの兄さんは責められてんだ？この寒さの中で床で寝るのは確かに危険。山本さんにはそのままでいてほしい。
I enter my room and give it a once-over. Cobwebs cover the ceiling, making me uneasy about walking around without crouching. But the walls and bars are sturdy, so no one should be able to force their way in. I'll at least be able to sleep in peace. That leaves only one thing to worry about.
本当に文学君の元へ行くのか？また怒られるのがオチだぞ。
You really thinking of checking on Bookworm again? Allowing the girl more
彼
time?
女はきっと無理をしてい
She's
ます。
doing her best to keep a very face
仲間
on.
として放っておけ
I'll
ません
ignore
よ。
friends struggling like that.
今夜は君が気にしていたこの力と探偵同盟の関係性を語ろうと思っていたんだが、
その話は
You
また
can
別
tell me
の
about
機
it
会
some
にお
other
願
time.
いします。
I owe Mystic for all he's
そんな
taught
僕で
me.
も文学
So
さん
while I
の
don't
力
have
にな
much
れ
to
るなら
offer, I still do what I
最
can
善
for
を
the
尽くしたい
doctor's
んで
daughter.
まったく他人のことに。では対話の時間はまた明日。
はい。
Thanks.
Malevolent.
Sorry for being so difficult. I unlock the cell from inside and head out. A faint metallic noise echoes through the dungeon, giving me a start.
あれ
Huh?
照明が
The
つかない。
lights aren't turning on. But
モーショ
I
ン
found
セ
the
ンサーで
motion activated. The ceiling of the dungeon has a motion sensor. Normally, coming into a hall should trigger lights. When Dolphin first entered, they flickered on as soon as he stepped foot in the room.
夜間はモーションセンサーがオフになり、照明が一度ついた電灯は時間経過で消えるし、センサーのオフ。
なんだか
I don't know.
暗闇
Feels
に
like
乗
I'm
じて
sneaking around
忍
in
ぶ
the dark.
今さら気づいたのか？君は傍から見れば。
I finally realized how shady must appear. Still, can't let this go. I'm just going to check and make sure that Bookworm is sleeping alright. I made up my mind deciding toward her cell, but now...
女性陣の眠る牢屋に何の用かな。
I turned around to see workaholic right behind me. How did he get in there? I failed to notice him at all, and the darkness unhelped.
確かに私は影が
I
薄い
know
け
I
ど
didn't leave much of an impression.
そこ
Did
ま
it
で
see me
驚か
really
れる
so
と
threatening?
へこむな。
Honestly, it stings a little.
ごめんなさい。
Sorry, I
やっ
just
ぱりどう
couldn't
しても
stop
文
worrying
学さん
about
が心配
Bookworm
で。
is all.
そうだと思ったよ。
I thought as much.
私
The
も
same goes
そ
for
れ
me.
に
Seems we're
私
not
た
the
ち
only
だけ
ones
じゃな
either.
い。
野郎の声がすると思ったらあんたたちかよ。
考えていたことは同じみたいね。
We join Rowdy and Gourmet and make our way over to Bookworm Cell as a group.
どうして大人数で私の部屋に？
Why are all of you here? The girl asked. Subterranean
少女は思いもしない。
Bookworm is wide awake. The moment she noticed us approaching, she moved forward and posed a question. Gourmet says she bought snacks in case of emergency, and well, we thought you might like them. Yeah.
嘘が下手すぎです。それでも探偵ですか？少女は軽蔑の目を無能探偵に向けた。
I'm disappointed in my weak excuse, but Bookworm merely sighed deeply before retrieving the key to herself from her pocket.
扉の前で騒がれると寝ている方々の迷惑です。
ありがとう。
Thanks.
次に大声を出したら帰ってもらいます。
はい。
Got it. After she let us in, we all sit in a circle on the floor of Bookworm's cell. The cold concrete floor makes me shiver. Sitting here is one thing, but sleeping like this would be another. Now I understand why the beds are suspended from the walls.
文学ちゃん、好きなお菓子はあるかしら。
ツーリングとお菓子に関係性はないのではと少女は素朴。
もう何を言ってるの？ツーリングといえば、
きっと多くのツーリング好きの主目的はそこでは
Don't
ない
think
と
that's why most people take road trips.
あんこサンドをもらってもいい
Could
か
I
な。
have a jelly donut?
実
Not my
は
favorite.
社畜のおっさん。なんつうかあんた
Each
お菓子の趣味まで。
もう
I give
諦
up.
めてる
Seems
よ。
I'm doomed to be an average
私は
Joe
ど
no
う
matter what
あ
I
がいて
do.
も
キャラ付けのために魔界探偵の愛用していた聖剣をあげましょうか。
Said the girl, offering it.
少女
いや、それは
I'm
ちょっ
not
と。
sure.
政権と会社員
How exactly do holy blades and office workers go together?
ですが近年は会社員がトラックに引かれて勇者になる筋書きの小説に多々。
それ異世界転生ものだよね。
That's because you
政権
can't
を持つ前に
reincarnate
転生し
in
ない
the
とい
world,
けないんです
right? I think that part is to have him before I get any secret
あ
weaponry.
なたすぐに突っ込みますね。突っ込
Everyone bursts out laughing at Bookworm Detective's merciless barbs. Feels like Bookworm's been speaking more. Maybe she's starting to relax. Be happy this visit helps her, even if only a bit. As we eat Gourmet's assortment of snacks and continue chatting, I begin to hear lively voices drifting in from afar. Some and Techie. We haven't seen either of them for some time. What's more, Armour is carrying a bag bulging with food.
武装さん。
Where did you find that
どうした
armor?
の？
毒ガスが満ちる前に
I fetched it off
どこから
from the
持ち出
dining
して
room
きたの
before
で
the
ある。
poisonous gas filled
彼
the
の鎧
chamber.
は多少の
Such
毒では
paltry
びくと
toxins
も
are
し
no
な
match
い。
for mine armor.
我だけ
This
が
was
果
a
たし得
quest
る
none
任
but
務
I
だっ
could
たのだ。
undergo.
鎧は平気でもあなた自身は平気じゃないでしょう。念のためピカピカくんで除染した後奥のシャワー室で鎧を洗ったから平気だ。武装さんのせいでもう
すまなかったので。
My apologies. Armor is clearly dismayed by Techie's unusual display of anger. Grateful to armor, but his actions really not far to unsafe. When the danger there is. Acting alone only increases the risk of being ambushed. But still, no matter how rash armor may be, this particular bout of recklessness doesn't quite make sense.
食料が大事なのは分か
I
る
know
け
this food's important. Why did you make the executive decision to go and get it?
どうしてもこれだけは持ち出さなければならないと思ったのだ。
Armor takes out a plastic container of sandwiches neatly packed inside it. Bookworm gasps almost immediately.
お父さんの。
その通りである。
Verily, they are what
魔界
remains
殿
of
が
the
作ってくれ
sandwiches
た
so
ブリティッシュサンド
mystic
の余り
I
だ。
was loath to abandon them, and so I searched through the refrigerator anew. Earlier, the chaotic mess of food scattered about distracted us from thoroughly scouring the fridge. The sandwiches must have been hidden in the
食料
bag.
なら昼にほとんど
But
ぐ
you
ちゃぐちゃに
saw
さ
how
れていたの
almost all
を
the
一緒に
food was
確認したよ
destroyed
ね。
in the afternoon,
ど
right?
うして今更
Or maybe
冷
you
蔵庫
decide
に
to go through
チ
the fridge again now. Eep. 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 Eep.
冷蔵庫を荒らしたのは
Lady
渋谷
downtown
殿
was
であろ
responsible
う。
for throwing the refrigerator into disarray, was
彼
she
女
not?
なら
No matter
い
what
くらト
trickery
リッ
she
クに必要だ
concocted,
とはいえ
I wasn't certain that she would ever lay a
マ
hand
カ
on
ロ
the
ニが
last
最後
thing
に作
so
った料
mystic
理
ever
を
made.
足毛にできるとは。
そっか。
I see. You might be right about that.
くんくん毒の香りはなし。あれだけ荒らされたのに不思議だわ。
違うと思います。
No, I don't think that's it. The words slip out my mouth.
このサンドは
This is the last meal Mystic ever made. Downtown probably wanted Bookworm to have it.
優しい想像ね。その魔界ちゃん当人を殺した殺人。
姉さん、俺も無能の兄さんに同意だぜ。殺人鬼だって人間だ。どこかしら心が壊れて。
渋谷さんは幼馴染を八崎
Downtown
公
lost
に
a
殺
close
されて
friend
い
to
る。
courting Duke,
そんな彼女
and
が
fathom I should
な
veer
ぜ
in
八
with him
崎公に
after
加担。
渋谷さんの強行の裏
I
に
think
は
her friend's death
その
is
親
why
友の
she
死が
became a
関わってい
murderer.
ると思うんです。
I also have a hard time believing she would be so devoted to Corin Duke. Downtown gave us a hint about the Corin Duke cases right before she died. Her face in those final moments looked so incredibly sad. There's no way to know what she was thinking then. So I want to believe that she was ruined for us to be him in the end.
恨んでいるはずの八崎公に
Why did she help a serial killer she should have hated?
その理由を
That
紐
question
解
is
く
the
ことが
first step in solving the
八
mystery
崎公事
behind
件
it. Unless we uncover the
この
root
事
of
件の裏に渦
the
巻く妄執
delusions
の種
swirling
を
around
暴
this
かない限り
incident, we won't get any
八
closer
崎
to
公事
solving
件
the
を解
mystery
決
of
す
the
るこ
Duke.
とはこのまま奴の好き
I
には
won't
さ
let
せ
the
ない
Duke have full reign. No matter what
何
it
をして
takes,
でも
I'll stop
止め
him.
てみせる。
そのサンドイッチを含めて食料に毒が付着していないのは確認済みですよ。せっかくですし皆さんで食べませんか？文が
Tears well in Bookworm's eyes as she clutches a sandwich. Her lips tremble and her voice falters as she fights to keep herself from weeping.
文学さん泣きたかったら
Bookworm, it's okay to cry if you want to, you know?
少女キュウリが嫌いだからといって
Bookworm strains to speak in her usual manner, struggling with all her might to narrate from an objective perspective. Maybe all of this is a coping mechanism for a girl who already lost her beloved family once. Seeing her desperation is heartwarming.
少女は
Heart-wrenching.
お礼の一つも言えない
Heart-wrenching. Go figure. Heartwarming.
理
You are a
屈なんて必
monster!
要あるかバカ野郎。親父が死んだんだろ。そんなの。
少女
Bookworm hides her face. She must understand this on a rational level. But maybe now her social awkwardness stops her from accepting the truth. I can sympathize, given my own interpersonal ineptitude. Bookworm, just this once, it's okay to be vulnerable in front of us. We're on your side here. We won't laugh or talk about this behind your back. Mystic trusted his companions, didn't he? So, I think it'd be good for you to trust us too, Bookworm. Bookworm looks up, her gaze me in mine. A tear escapes one of her eyes, running down her cheek as she stares at me.
私はちゃんとお父さんごめんなさい
It's as if all the tears she bottled up had burst from her eyes at the same time. Bookworm sobs unabashedly. Shocking to see her like this compared to how stoic she usually looked. As I thought, she'd been repressing these feelings this entire time. It was only natural. Detectives aren't perfect, flawless heroes after all. Like when Holmes and Mystic died, or when Downtown defected to the enemy. Reminded once again that every DA member is still just a human being. We sat alongside Bookworm in silence until she finishes crying. We do this in hopes that tomorrow she'll be able to take her first steps going forward. We do this in order to support her, forever and always.
そんな遠くから見守っていないで心配だったんだよね、家族さん。この力にはあ、何を言っていますの？
高貴な私はただ足手まとい、そういうあなたの方こそ合流すればよろしいではありませんの？
不幸を呼び込む僕さえいなければきっと魔界さんもしな。
そんなことはないでしょう。あなたの力のおかげで実際に私。
ほら、 やっぱり家族さんは手を取り合える人だって信じ。
不吉なことを言うんじゃありませんわよ。私がいる私が必ず八つ咲き子を捕まえてみせますわ。
そんなに笑うと文学さんたちにバレちゃうよ。
Before I know it, the morning has come. We gather in the area between the cells to eat breakfast. All 10 of us in a circle. In the middle is the food armor brought, as well as some cans I found in the warden's room. Armor sits to my right and Bookworm to my left. The latter must have slept well. Her face looks livelier than when we spoke last night. Starting together in a circle, it's like lodging at an encampment. What fun!
バカはお気楽で羨ましいです。これだけ人数がいるのに食料はわずかに可及的速やかに次の行動を定めなければ。
Many pardons, I was consumed by whimsy. When it comes to my thoughts on Kurosanji, bear in mind that I never say I was 100% right. Hell, I never could. My memory is terrible. I just prefer to look at the facts as they are. Got nothing to guide. Got nothing to gain from siding with them at all. I just prefer to look at things from a logical standpoint, using this thing called evidence. Similar to how Selene's termination on the 26th of December came 2 weeks after the new manager came into effect for both her division and Zion's division. If it was indeed the former three, the ones who made the video, if it was indeed their choice, they would have done it much sooner than February. Instead of going to the pretense of saying, oh, I'll be back at work in about a week. The word plays quick as a whip and goes tongue sharp and narrow. Definitely has all the interest. Plus, it's also, I don't know how to say it, entertaining? Well, it's interesting to say the least. Now, all of this happened last year as well. First, there was the termination of the Korean and Indonesian Sanji branches. And then, Sanji EM gets a new member of management, Yasuhiro Igarashi, a name I've mentioned numerous times. Not long after that is Zion's termination. And then Nina and Mr. graduate. The new manager comes in for Selene and Zion's divisions. Not long after that, Selene goes off for about he's been in hospital. Leaving a notice, apparently leaving a notice that she'll be on a week after the 27th. which is just flat out dog shit, because when I was in the hospital myself, I was in for at least a month. Then the next month I spent recuperating. So I highly doubt you'll be back in work so soon. Then as soon as Doki mentioned having internal problems with the company, the management decided to throw Nalaris under the bus by making that video. Of which time the three in question went MIA. Now surely if it was planned in advance, that would have been all of it was the draft of that livers were the ones responsible. For granted, there was some I still hate, like I fucking hate his guts. Uti Violetta, the racist asshole. You Wilson and Luca Canashiro. And as soon as things seem to be stirring further against management, all of a sudden a message pops up on one of their Twitters which makes the liver look bad again. In fact, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the end goal of own under the bus is something to resolve that bench, and nobody raised an eyelid, like the so it wouldn't make media recognition of the ID and KR branches. And quite frankly, if you're my thoughts, I'd be betraying myself if I didn't actually look at things from a logical standpoint. Anyway, back to the game. Just thought I might as well get that off before people start with their needy sister comments.
男らしくていいじゃねえかよ。日本人たるもの、やっぱりあぐら座りだぜ。
ヤマトちゃん、あなたは女の子なのだって。
この缶詰、賞味期限が10年以上前ではありませんの。
いちいちキャンキャン騒がしいやつだな。幸い蛇口をひねれば水はいくらでも出るんだ。俺の経験からバカじゃありませんの。
野蛮人のバカじゃありませんよ。野蛮人の
じゃあ食べるしかないわね。大丈夫よ。
全然大丈夫に思えませんわ。
もう大丈夫だよ家族さん。本当に危ない缶詰が混ざって。
缶詰が長期間保存できるこの地下牢の環境は日光がなく湿気も少ないため相当に長期間の保管が可能かと思います。
とは言いつつ科学のお菓子ばかりで
科学的な根拠があるとは言っても実際
ひーくんが何も感じないなら食べても大丈夫さ。めったに
食べ過ぎて腹を壊さないでくれよ。いくら腐っていないとはいえ不安な食料であることは間違いないからね。さて当面の問題は文学さんも言っていた通り、洋館には毒ガスが発生していて、仮に毒ガスで死ぬ前に洋館の外へ出られたとしても、外では例の黒いこの地下牢にも隠し通路があることを信じて調査を進めるのはどうかな。
俺も賛成だよ。この地下牢に研究棟へと続く道。
それはどうしてかな。何か確信するきっかけでもあったのかな。
While we were searching for food in the warden's room, I just happened to find this elevator. As he speaks, renegade detective draws a key out from his pocket. The tag dangling below it does indeed read elevator.
エレベーターの鍵。
An elevator key?
地下
But
牢に
wait,
エレベーターなんてない。
Dungeon doesn't have an elevator, so why?
おかしいと思うよね。俺もそう思っ
Very
て
soon.
理由を考
I
え
had the same reaction, so I gave it
そ
some
もそ
thought.
も通常エ
Elevators
レ
don't
ベ
normally
ーターの
require
使用に
keys,
鍵など必
not
要な
unless
し
they're for maintenance
メン
or
テナンス
operated
用
in
か
some special way.
洋館にもエレベーターなんて
Common
なか
gas
った
doesn't
し
have an elevator
必要
either.
でもない
No, I need one.
この島の中でエレベーター
研究棟か。
The research facility.
その通り。おそらく
You
こ
know
れ
it.
は研
This
究
key
棟
must
の
be
エ
for
レ
the
ベーター
elevator's
のさ
parts.
てそうなると疑問が生じる。用途のないものを保管するはずもない。どうして研究棟のエレベーター
わかったぞ。つまりこの地下牢はエレベーターの業者さ。
惜しいね。無能くんならわかるかな。遠く離れたこの
つまりこのここから研究棟へ行けるなら。
大切。さらに詳しく言えば、おそらくこの研究棟のエレベーターには地下へと移動するボタンはなかった。この鍵を使う。
なるほど。
I
君
see.
の話を
For
まと
some
める
reason,
と、
there's a hidden
この地下牢には
passage
研
connecting
究棟
these
のエレベーターへと
dungeons
つながる
to
通
the
そういうことさ。
Nailed it.
一見袋小路にしか見えないこの牢獄にも必ず地上へと続く。この食事が終わったらみんなで捜索しようよ。
Detectives are about mutual
探偵
cooperation,
は助
right?
け合う。
Renegade detective asks this a question or a smile. Given his past actions, I fully suspect there's something in motive. But for now, Renegade detective makes a good point. Everyone wants to escape from this place. It would be best to do as he suggests.
隠し通路があるとしてどう探せばいいの
My
か。
prophecy's over. Just thought I might as well get out now. Since I smelt and there was something off when... So you mentioned talking with a manager.
オーソドックスに考えれば通路を開く仕掛けがどこかに隠されているはずだけど。
ゲームだと奇妙な石像や絵画があって何らかのアクションを起こすと道が開いたりするんです。
ここが牢獄であることを考えると知ってさえいれば簡単に開けて知らないと絶対に見つけられる。
確かにそうだね。
Makes sense. With
こ
how
れだけ
much
の
the
広さ
game
だ
is,
か
it seems like you
ら壁に仕掛けを施せ
switch
ば
on a
バレる
wall
心配も
would
ほ
be
とんどない
discovered.
だろうし。
じゃあ早速みんなで探してみようか。
ここです缶詰を食べるしかない。いざ。あらやだ、美味しいですわ。でもさすがにこの
Chicken's
イ
my
ワシ
favorite
缶は
meat.
美味しいではありませんか。缶詰
花の色は移りにけり。
私で一句読むんじゃありませんわよ。
After breakfast, we began the first sweep of the dungeon. Several hours into the process, we failed to turn up much of anything.
無能くん、文学さん、
Incompetent bookworm found certain important and go.
監視室の中には特
We
に
didn't
変わ
find
った
any
仕掛けはなかっ
mechanisms
た。
in particular, no
壁に
traces
スイッチらしきもの
of any switch on the walls either. So
これ以
I
上は
suppose
失
we're
敗
looking
だ。
further.
暗闇で
But
光
we
る蛍
did
光
code
塗
the
料を見つ
entrance
けた
with
から
some
入り口に塗ってみたんだ。
phosphorescent
こ
paint.
れで深夜に監視室
That
のト
way,
イレ
no
を
one will
使い
get
たくな
lost
って
in the
も
dark if they
暗
use
闇
the
で迷
bathroom
わない
at
と。
night.
この力を明かりが消えるとほん、
やはりだだっ広い壁をひたすら調べ続け。
そっちはどう？何か仕掛けは見つかった？
ちょうど壁の調査が半分くらい終わったところだけど、
No, look, everybody's still looking right over here. I follow where Dolphin indicates to see Elm and the others running their hands along the wall. This mirror too seems perfectly ordinary. They're truly a passageway hidden
気持ちは
here.
わかるけど、もう少し頑張ろ
Understand
う。
how you feel,
武装
but
君、
let's keep up the effort, Harmon.
洋館にあれだけ仕掛けがあったん
There
だ。
are plenty of
きっと
contraptions
この地下牢にも
I'm certain
何かしら仕掛けが
there's
施されているはずだよ。
sort of one.
社畜さんの言う通りです。僕らが進んできた隠室。
そうは言いましても、まさかこの場所は科学ちゃんの言う通り。
ああ、ちまちま、どうせ隠し通路はどっかの壁の奥に隠れてんだろ。それは危険だよ。この力が崩落。
明暗ですね。壁を蹴りつけてみましょう。
文学さん、普段は冷静な君まで。
飛躍君、落ち着こう。
No need to get so worked up, Dolphin. I'm sure Bookworm's onto something. Bookworm gives me a smile as she continues on.
隠し通路がある壁は奥が空洞になっているはず。
なるほど。壁に
音の違いはわずかだと
The
思い
sound
ます。
might only differ
そうで
slightly.
すか。
We shall be able to
ウサ
tell.
ギの聴力を持ったこのヤマト探偵様を舐める。
ヤマトちゃんから
Pretty much
眠
fine
って
here
い
in
る
a
時に
nutshell.
抱きつこうと忍び寄っ
Which
て
is
も
quite
すぐ
painful.
に気づき。
忍び寄る。ま、
上等だよ。さ音が奥まで響いてね。次だ。あんた見かけによらず脚力もすげえの。
肉体労働は苦手なんだ
I'm
け
not
ど
too scared.
おいおい、そんな音じゃどちらにせよ響く。
ごめん。私は本当にず
よく見たけ。蹴りってな。
すごい蹴り。
Oh,
絶対に蹴
wow.
られたくない。
What a blow. I hate to be on the receiving
そ
end
し
of
て
that.
ビンゴだぜ。この場所ちょうど中。
さあ皆さん、ほら、飛躍さんもシャキッとなさい。
You didn't suspect anything in the slightest, Posh.
Eh? まさか飛躍君が
Wait, the
こけ
switch
た
was
とこ
right
ろ
where
に
he fell? The hidden passage reaches open.
飛躍君すごいよ。
Wow, Doppel, well done.
待て、ワト君。早まってはいけない。
Holmes appears before me with grave
飛躍
expression.
君の体質はただ重要なものを引き寄せるのではないだろう。そんな彼が発見した通路ということは、通路が何かしらの
What?
こんな誇りっぽい地下なんて。
Yeah, go ahead, go down.
ダメだよ家族さん。きっとこの通路には危険な何かがある。
And the funny thing about the whole I didn't know existed is the fact that, well, in my opinion, the only time someone can actually truly say it is when they've cemented their... Watch out! Like for me, I started YouTube back in 2015. But I only consider me taking the identity of Fiery Tiger as being the moment that I truly existed, because that was a permanent name. Yes, I've still changed my name, but But I've never changed my alias, Fiery Tiger.
通路から何が飛び出してきましたの？
As if in response to Posh, a mechanical whirring rings out from the tunnel. Where the sound before, but before I have time to ponder, the source appears directly in front of us. It's one of those things. The colour and size are different, but it's the same type of machine that took Holmes' life. A mechanical noise identical to that black robot's call who sounds through the dungeon. This one's pure white, smaller and around my height. No more than 5.5 feet max. The sound, which alone makes my hair stand on end, and the robotic murderous intent I sense from it are just as I recall. The image of Holmes' death flashes unbidden in my mind. I know we have to flee, but my body won't move. My traumatic fear dulls my reflexes. If I don't act fast, I'll...
上等だこら！武装の兄さん分かってるよな！
一発ぶち殴ってから考えるのだ。
何をやってるんだよ。
What are you doing? You get killed!
危険は100も承知だよ。でもな。
一発殴らないと気が済まなかったのだ。
例の針が来るぞ。
よし、我の鎧で受け止めるのである。
武装さん。
Armor! Armor drops as the white mech reappears out of the passage. Upon close inspection, I can see 3 vents on its body, like air holes. Black wires trail from each one. The wires connected spikes that struck armor, and are now retracting into its body. There is also a camera-like device atop its head, which watches us intently. What is this machine? Fucking metal cannons from painted black and white. That cannon freezes me in my tracks. Precisely because of its simplicity that I can tell, this mech is incredibly deadly.
皆さん、あの針にはまるで銃型のスタンガンのように武装の兄さんは平気。鎧を通じて感電しただけなのできっと平気です。ですが、
刺されたら即死って。
僕がおとりになるから。飛躍君、何をやってる？きっとこの状況も僕の体質が引き寄せたんだ。
飛躍君、離れていてくれ。おとり役なら私が引き受ける。
Get back, Billful. How act as a distraction. Can find this thing together.
アホか。蹴りもまともにできないやつにおとり役をそうですよ。僕の聞き察知能力は知っているでしょ。
それはできないよ。私も今でそれに筋力は弱いけど
なら
Workaholic and rowdy plunge in, fighting the white mech to buy some time. It pivots on its treads, then advances towards them. Spikes shoot out at Rowdy, who is the closer target.
点での攻撃なんざ当たるかよ。
Rowdy throws out a taunt and she launches herself to the side, dodging the spikes with ease. She's so agile you'd think she was a cat. And she doesn't stop there either, as the mech retracts the spikes with its wires. Rowdy slips through its defenses in a flash.
武装の兄さんの仇取らせてもらうぜ。
ダメだ、山津さん、伏せろ。
Wait, Rowdy, duck! At that instant, a long spike thrusts out from the white mech. It grazes Rowdy's head. He ducked just in time before retracting into its body. Severed strands of hair dangle in midair. Not only does it fire bullet-like spikes, also has a spear for close-range stabbing. Workaholic's warning and Rowdy's reflexes save her life. A clod like me would have been absolutely skewered. Realizing she's at a disadvantage, Rowdy jumps back, putting some distance between herself and the mech. Without missing a beat, it fires more long-range spikes at Rowdy, but they don't connect. She nimbly dodges them once again. There's a limit to her stamina though. She can't go on forever. Eventually both of them will end up killed. We need a way to break the impasse. Oh right, this is the perfect time to see a future of my Denmark. Maybe I'll find a solution now.
落ち着け渡く
Almost appears on my face, derailing my train of thought.
エンドシーンでの未来での結果だけを見る力探偵には常に冷静に
仲間が死ぬかもしれない時に冷静この力について何か知ってるんですよね
知っているならムサムサと
それは
I need to open cut down some. That's a fair point.
だが眼前の脅威の対策ならばわかるよ
A noise?
無能探偵独り言ばっ
Pokemon noticed me acting strangely enough for one pointing it out. Thought she heard what I said, so I better make up an excuse.
ごめん平気だよ
Sorry, I'm fine. I've been simulating options on mine for stopping the mech.
ああシミュレートはあなた
そうなんだ
Yeah, and I've already noticed something off about that noise it makes.
なるほどそれでは
Bookworm then performs the very actions she had just narrated. What's she doing?
さすがは文学くんだちなみに私への返答は声に出さずとも心の中で呼びかければいいぞ
早く言ってくださいよ
Why didn't you tell me that sooner? Bookworm remains focused, listening to the noise as Holmes and I go back and forth.
独量です科学探偵ボイスレコーダーで機械音を録音
0.1 倍の速さで次は再生速度を下げます
風の通り道は3つのうち1つだけ風の通り道は
The wind passes through only one of three. The wind passes through only one of three.
安崎公の
Is that the Quorum Duke's voice? I think this is one I've heard in all of the Quorum Duke's videos. What it's actually saying.
やはりメッセージを発信していたのですねあのメカが寸分たがわず同じ音声を繰り返しつまり何か意図を持って発している周囲へのメッセージなのだと思ったのです
すごいよさすがは文学さん
Reliable as always, Bookworm. I take her hand without a second thought, seeing her faces. She responds without looking at me.
問題はここからです
そうだね
Right.
風の通り道は3つのうち1つだけ
The wind passes through only one of three. What does that even mean?
危ねえ避けろ
I'm flying by the mech passage. The flurry of shots rings out like gunfire. The machine fires its spikes in to strike workaholic immunity land. I didn't have time to shout his name as the spikes died down on me. But then...
やっと罠にかかってくれたね
So, you finally stepped into my trap, eh? The spikes stop as breath away from his face.
どうして針が
What happened to the spikes?
よーく目を
Take a good long look.
ワイヤーが針に巻きついている
Never them wrapped in wires? I followed Renegade's advice and looked closer, spying the glint of a wire wound around the spikes. I think the wire is also extending our workaholic's wristwatch.
洋館の罠にも使われていたワイヤーソーで針を絡めとったんだよ
Isn't that trap?
社畜探偵はわざと
Workaholic
隙を
detective
作っ
must
て
create a
針を
small
発射
gap
させた
before
んだろう
tripping and firing the spikes. He was a really neat enough man. The mech moves around, beeping and whirring as it drags the wire and Workaholic both in a frantic attempt to retract its spikes. Workaholic does his best to maintain his balance, but his face is contorted in pain.
社畜ちゃんがいつまで
Let's see just how much time Workaholic can back.
何をバカなことを言っていますの早くあのメカを破壊してでも社畜さんを助け出します私が先駆けとなりますわ
やめておいた方がいいよ
I wouldn't have
型の針は
those
そうそう
bullets
当たら
back
ない
by
か
no
もしれ
land.
ないけど
But get too
近
close
づ
and
い
you'll
た
be
時に飛
scored
び出
by
す
them.
ヤマトちゃんみたいな野生児でもなけれ
That
ば
very spell
一瞬でモズの流行りになるのに
それは
frustrating. The renegade detective is right. Anyone charging in without a plan, then the tables turning on for sure. Clearly, there's no choice but to solve the riddle we found in its transmission.
風の通り道は3つの風穴というのはおそらくメカのボディに
それに違いありませんわ。
待って家族さん、間違った穴を攻撃したらまずいと思う。
Wait, Posh. If we don't choose the correct target, they'll probably end up regretting it.
無能君の言う通りだよ。高圧の電流を武器とするメカ相手に間違った穴に攻撃を仕掛けてごらん。きっと内部の電流に感電して真っ黒焦げさ。
Not to say that wouldn't be entertaining too.
ヤマトちゃん、お願いがあるの。5秒の間だけそのメカの動きを止めてちょうだい。
相変わらず無茶を言う。社畜のおっさん、そのままワイヤーを
何を。
仮ごときのおりゃ扉で。
Rowdy bellows as she snaps her arms down. The mech topples over, pulled by the wire. Some metal scraping against the floor, booms through the underground passage. She managed to stop the mech from moving with nothing but raw brute strength. The mech, durable as it is, suddenly attempts to pick itself up, but it's already too
ナイ
late.
スよヤマトちゃん。はい、ごちそう。 Finally, light on the camera shuts off, and the mech ceases to make any お
noise.
粗末様でした。
Gourmet takes a knife out of the hole, wiping it clean with a napkin before returning it to her pocket. The rest of us are left dumbstruck by how swiftly all that just transpired.
すげえよ姉さん。
簡単な話よ。みんなするとね、穴の中に一つだけ。
匂いなら俺も嗅いでたけど。
もう私は美食探偵なん。
Is that one of the things she learned as an FBI agent?
このメカの検証を頼めるかな。
Techie, can you inspect this machine?
はい、任せてください。
I can't do that all again.
何を言っているのだ。
What Lindsay Woolsey do you speak? Was it not you who carried me to safety while the rest contended with this quandary? It was I who contributed nothing. Thus shall I herefore endeavor to raise this stain from my life.
鎧の庶民の言う通りですわ。何もできずに歯がゆいのは、だってこの借りを返すほどの
家族さんは強い人だね。
さっきはありがとう。少女は無能探偵へのお礼を。
音楽さん、さっき
Me? What did I do?
あなたが音のヒントを出してくれなかった。少しだけ見直しましたよ。と言って。
Bookworm's smile crossed my heart lurch. The clue didn't actually come from me. Holmes was the one who told me about it, but I didn't do a single thing at all.
ありがとう。
Thanks, I'll
少しでも
try my
活
best
躍
to
で
pitch
きるよう
in
に。
however I can. Nevertheless, I express my gratitude. Carrying this dismay in my heart, I vowed to become a proper detective in my own right.
下道探偵、君ならすぐにあのメカの動作を止めることができたん
I'm
じゃな
sure
い
to
のか。
disable that machine from the get-go.
俺を買いかぶりすぎだよ。
You overestimate my
そ
abilities.
んなに俺が
As
信
although
じ
you
られな
trust
い
me,
な
go
ら
ahead and activate my
それ
collar.
とも
No,
起
maybe
動
it's
し
not
ない
that you
のでは
won't
な
do it,
く
but now you
で
can.
き
Or
ない
is
の
it,
かな。
is it because you don't know the conditions?
首を起動
It's
さ
for
せるた
film,
めの
just
条件を
that.
勘違いしないでくれ。
Let me be clear.
私は
I
君
believe
の
I'm
こ
the
とを
same
仲間
team.
だと信じてい
Or
る。
I would like to.
信
Anyway,
じたいとも思う。
that's why I want to learn what's going on
だから
through your
こそ
head.
なんだっていいさ。
What are you going on about?
俺が今そ
Only
そられ
one,
ているの
no,
は
two
一
people
人。
make me tingle right now.
Yeah.
So do me a favor and ease off me. Wonder what it'll take to get
無能
incompetent now of a special
あ
someone
の
over to
子
our
を
side.
どうすれば。
We begin investigating the tunnel the mech appeared.
無能君、何か見つか
Anything
ったかい。
important?
いえ、それが。例の
There's
メカの
something that
バッ
looks
テ
like
リ
a
ーを充電
charging
する
station
装
for
置
the
らし
mech's
きものがあ
batteries.
るくらいで。
That's
な
about
る
it.
ほど。 それであのメカはこんな場所に長年放置されていても元気に動き回れたと。地下牢の塵や埃の溜まり具合から考えても放置されていた期間は1年や2年と至れるじゃない。相当に腕のいい人が開発したことなんです。
隠し扉を見つけたのにただのトラップだったんでしょうか。
So after all that, the hidden passageway was just a trap?
いや、それにしては手が込みすぎているよ。侵入者を撃退したいと思うなら、この通路に隠された何かを守る意味合いがあったと考えるのが自然だ。もっとも、科学君に証明でも作ってもらった後にまた改めて調査をするのだ。
Group takes turn resting and searching, but all we manage to find is a cable for charging the mech. There's nothing else of note, nor any clues leading to another hidden passage. For the progress we thought we made, there's little to show for. Today's efforts were in vain, and everybody's looking fatigued.
皆さんどうなさいましたの？表情に気
家族さん。
いつから隣にいましたの？
ずっといたよ。
The whole time, sorry.
影が薄いだけで。
まったく、あのメカと戦っていた時くらいの存在感は。
ごめん。全種失礼よ。ところで、今日はもう調査を切り上げたいと思うんだけど、どうかな。
それはそうですが、
その方がいいと思います。これ以上。
科学君。
Techie, when you look so down, was there something you found while checking the mech?
はい。大変。あの白い子の名前は SPX-01C。正真正銘。
探偵同盟の技術を。
DA Tech? But why would the Alliance be involved in something like that?
それはわかりません。ですが、僕は探偵同盟の技術協力を受けた際に SPX シリーズと呼ばれる。
それじゃあまさか。
So, the one you ran into really was built by the Techie.
そこまではわかりません。仕組みさえわかれば、
Techie proceeds to tell me everything you can call about the SPX Century Robot series. It uses map databanks and laser sensors within its body to survey its surroundings and search for targets as it moves about. Upon identifying a target, it switches to pursuit mode and hunts them down, neutralizing all in its way until it loses track of its prey long enough. Holmes must have died due to that black SPX being in pursuit mode. What was that machine anyway? Why had it been deployed now? And what caused it to activate pursuit mode? We need to get out of here quickly, or we'll never solve the mystery behind Holmes' death.
布さんは追跡遊具。
覚えてるよ。
Of course, that was the one that could trace the scent of blood, right?
ええ。あのフレンズのクローラーは探偵の例の白い SPX にはそのクローラーとそしてシリーズと関する以上他にも複数体。
危ないメカ。
You're telling me there are more of those deadly things? The thought alone makes me shudder. All of us had to work together just to knock that last one out of commission. I don't want to imagine running into another during our investigation. Not when we're all this exhausted.
ありがとう、科学君。
Thanks, Techie. Your analysis really helps. Work hard tonight.
今日はもう休みましょう。
Gosh, let's stop for today.
別の SPX に勝てないかもしれません。
You probably couldn't take on another SPX in our current condition.
皆さんが万全の状態なら。
我も無能殿に賛成である。焦り。
僕も賛成。家族さんの気持ち。
少女は無言のまま。
リーダーである私よりも無能な庶民への賛同者が。
SPX を倒せたのも無能君の気づきがあってこそだしね。まあ、そんな
気にしてなどおりませんわ。私が庶民に嫉妬するなどありえません。
Portia's surliness strikes me as a bit peculiar. But either way, we suspend our search for the day, like Workaholic first suggested. Incompetent, you should let Posh die.
看守室に簡単な調理器具があったわ。缶詰ばかりの食事も寂しい。
あれさんに。
ええ、看守室は。
はい、喜んで。
少女は何も言わず。
我々ももちろんご一緒するのである。みんなでこたびの勝利を祝そうではないか。
僕がいるとまた例の警備ロボット。
ヤマトさんがいれば SPX の駆動音にだって気づけるはずです。むしろ
科学君の言う通りだ。
Techie
単独行動をしていてみんなの気づかない場所で SPX と遭遇することだけは避けないと。だから今日ばかりは単独は控えてもらえるよね。家族さん。
私はただ例の通路に忘れ物をしたから取りに行こうとした。
命じられるのは趣味じゃないけど、今日は素直に従うとするよ。
Besides, got someone to keep an eye on. And so we all gather to eat dinner together. Despite the meager ingredients, Gourmet makes us delicious dishes from her Russian homeland. A newfound strength flows through my tired body. Everyone is all smiles, and the conversation never dies down over the course of the meal. Holmes, however, broods all the while.
ホームズさん、何を考え込んでいるんですか？
妙な予感がするんだ。君たちは着実に前へなのになぜかこの先に袋小路が待ち受けているよ。
平気ですよ。
That's okay, I can see the future in your face. No one else is dying if I can help it. I'm gonna use this power to protect all of us.
エンドシーイングを過信して先ほどの SPX との戦闘でも言ったが起こり得る結果を見
避けられない。
Unavoidable outcomes. I think I grasp what she's saying, but it doesn't really mean much to me. During a fight with the SPX, the outcome of stopping it didn't matter as much as the process of identifying and striking its weak point. But wouldn't knowing the SPX's outcome naturally mean that I know the process that leads to it?
今頭の中で考えている内容も全部私の。
ごめんなさい。
Sorry. Flustered, I apologize to Holmes, who had been listening the entire time. Her expression grows downcast as she whispers softly.
いずれ君も経験をするさ。
I've seen her face look so somber. In time, evening comes.
科学くん？
Techie? As I leave my cell to go use the water and shower, I see Techie working on something in the open area where we'd been earlier. Surprised to see what's in front of him.
科学くん。
Techie, is that?
はい、例の白い SPX です。
一人でこんな大きいものを分
Taking
解し
that
てい
big
るの？
hulking machine apart all by yourself?
安心してください。一人じゃありません
Don't
よ。
worry, got some extra hands.
科学の坊ちゃん監修室から。
我は言われた通り、
And I have
針に結
successfully
びつけられ
sundered
て
the
いた
wire
ワイヤーを
from
ち
the
ぎ
spike
って
as
きたので
he
あ
bade
お手伝いをしてくれてありがとうございます。二人とも。
武装さんとヤマトさんが手伝っていた。
Oh, so Rowdy and Armor are your helpers. Well, have you learned anything interesting?
ええ、バッチリ解析できました。電源のコードが切れて機能停止。
異色の姉さんがナイフを突き刺した穴の先にはコードがあったってわけか？
推測ですが、誤って
科学殿、先ほど頼まれて
Good sir, Techie, I have procured the wire as you bespoke. But the spike itself is oddly light. Perhaps tis only the tip that is metal?
いえ、感電させる必要があるので、内部にも軽い金属のほら、この迎撃用の。
本当だ。
Oh, you're right, this isn't heavy at all. Upon taking the long spike from Techie, I'm shocked by how lightweight it is. These spikes seemed as vicious as a beast's claws when we were attacked. But holding one now feels more like a toy.
あれほどの戦闘力を持ちながら実態は
軽量化は武器の基本だ。極論その針は先端をさせりゃ電流で先端を重くすりゃ射出するのにもゆ。
Makes sense, it's a very streamlined design, huh? The more we learn, the more I realize how deadly these spikes really are. I don't understand why the DA would create something like this.
にしても腹が立つメカだよな。警備ロボットだって言うならちゃんと。
それは仕方ありませんよ。この子はカメラに映ったものをそのように設定したのは僕たち人間です。 SPX。
そんなこと言われたってよ。リーダーだって
僕たちが探偵としての役割を全うしているように見てくださいよ。この手も足もないボディを。人々を見守り、脅威を排除するためだけに機能が洗練されています。
なあ、わかるぞ科学殿。我の鎧も悪意を込め争いに利用するのはいつだ。
ええ、その通りです。僕は SPX は科学探偵の名にかけて探偵同盟に。
探偵同盟に潜ん
You
だ。
say they infiltrated the DA, but how can we be sure?
犯人は研究棟の職員を全滅させただ
Only
け
did
で
the
なく、
culprit kill everyone at the research
SPX の
facility.
性
They
能を
also
知り尽く
possessed
してい
full
ます。
knowledge of the SPX's
探偵同
capability.
盟の内部に深く
If
入り
the
込んでいて、
irreparable
相当な恨みを持つ人物に間違いありません。 僕らの中に潜んでいる可能性だって十分に考えられます。
The aims seek to harm us. God, my mind put blank now. Given this, infiltration seems entirely plausible. So, got enemies aside from downtown. Strategy links into apology and problem we wish I could just ignore it. An hour ago, we all enjoyed a meal together, everyone chatting with smiles on their faces. I don't believe it's all a lie. So awful having to suspect my companions like this.
何をくよくよしてんだよ。
Ahead. When my eyes meet hers, she grins broadly.
もし俺たちの中に敵がいるとしても、別に気にする必要ねえだろ。あんたが。
If I realized the truth about downtown sooner, Mystic wouldn't be.
心の底から信じて裏切られたなら仕方ねえよ。それよりも男が一度信じたならビッと。
You're way more of a man now, I'll be ready. We
悩まねえコツがあるんだよ。
悩まないコツ。
ああ、こいつさ。
Well, he produces a small deck of cards from her pocket and begins shuffling them. They look like traditional Hanafuda cards, each emblazoned with plants, animals, and so forth. How are you supposed to help?
俺は迷った時、こいつを引くようにしてるんだ。一枚引いて桜の札が出たら5。それ以外ならカ
ード任せ。
So you let the cards decide your actions. Is that really okay?
考えてもみろよ。
Just think about it.
悩むってことは自分を信じられねえってだったらよ。いざって時には自分よ兄さんも試しにやってみな。
Rowdy extends the deck of cards toward me. I freeze up on reflex. Should I continue believing in my friends as I have been? Should be more suspicious. Is it really something a deck should
の兄さん、もっと。
As if guessing my thoughts, Rowdy comforts me with her hearty and gentle voice.
自分が本気で選ぼうとする決断ならこんな札1枚だから引くんだよ。
Okay, so cherry blossom means to go with my gut, right? Let's give it a shot. I draw a card from Rowdy's hand.
どうだい？あんたの決意は固まったか？
Yeah, I did. I hand the card I drew to Rowdy, the cherry blossom on it, setting my resolve in stone. No more hesitation. I choose to believe.
もう消灯時間か。
It's nearly
そろそろ自分の部屋に戻ろう。
We should head to our cells. Moments later, the lights dim and plunges into darkness.
Hiyaku殿は。いや、この暗がりだと仕方ないよ。すぐ前方のものだって。
まあ俺みたいに視力や聴力がすぐ。
嘘さんが。
Tilly Wally, me a ghost?
確かに動く
I
形
mean,
で
walking
オカル
to
ト
your
みたいだよ
father
ね。
is basically. I think a famous castle in Japan also had a legend like that. Did it?
非科学的な話はやめてください。
うやうや科学の坊ちゃん。
違います。科学に携わる者として。
じゃあ虫図を走らせまくってやるよ。山の中で暮らす。
やめてください。やはりあなたは
As lively exchange continues, we make our way over to the cells on each one for a holy and expectant encounter. It is a surprise. You're looking awfully chummy there. Just what could you be up to? Renegade says before the dismantled SPX. He cheerfully runs his fingers over its exterior and smirks. That should be our line. What are you doing here? I was about to tell you something nice. Renegade motions to the SPX as he speaks. Glance on the machine again, but as far as I can tell, it's in pieces, just the way it was while we were inspecting it earlier. Don't notice anything particularly odd. Now that I mention this, I noticed that one of the long metal spikes Techie had detached has disappeared. There would have been ample time to take it while we returned the items to the warden's room and chat with Doleful. But who did it and why? Kick off for what? The corners of Renegade's mouth curl up in the shape of a crescent.
俺たちの中に混じった殺人。ああ、感じる。
また意味わかんねえこと言いやがって。
Riley approaches Renegade and seizes him by the collar, but he doesn't flinch, carrying on with great cheer, completely unfazed.
わざとらしく怒
Don't
って
try
み
to
せ
open
ん
out
な
the case.
よ。
Deep down, you won't realize it,
探
won't you?
偵なんて
I think
全
he
員
likes to come
何も起きない退屈な日常に我慢できず殺人鬼と関わり合う探俺も君も他のみんなも狂気と嘘と殺意が渦巻く非日常にそそられている。
てめえと一緒にすんじゃね
え君のお母さんは明けぬ夜事件の日が
もうてめえは死んだ。大和さんダメだ。
As I move to get between Renegade and Rowdy, her fist lands squarely on my cheek, sending me flying. My back slams hard against the ground and my chest grows tight. I can't breathe. Soon after, the metallic taste of blood fills my mouth. My vision is hazy, but I can make out the sound of numerous footsteps approaching.
無能の兄さん大丈夫か。本当意識が混濁しています。監視室から氷。
おやおや、大事な仲間を殴るなんてひどいね。
You slug your own dear friend? What a monster!
てめえ。大和さん落ち着いて。
我は無能殿を牢
Allow
屋の
me
ベ
to
ッドへ
ferry some
運ぶので
comfort
あ
to
る。
cell. This battle must continue, so be it. I shall take on all corners,
無
all
能殿を
comers,
運び終えた
once
後
he's
に
safely
仲間
tucked
同
in.
士でいがみ合うなど
Such quarrels among comrades, I do not find it just. Oh man. I hear them talking, but can't muster a sound. I feel armor cradle me and lift my body as I slip in and out of the waking world.
僕を呼び止めて何の用。
大した意味はただ一晩だけ。
He's
俺と
planned
君の
something.
部屋を交換してほしいの。
Upon coming to, I found myself in a bizarre labyrinth. I walk alone along the A familiar mechanical beeping was from further down the corridor. I had a bad feeling I rush ahead. Soon after, I run into it. The white machine we encountered this afternoon. Next to it, a girl is sprawled out, drenched in blood. A spear juts out of her chest, and sanguine fluid gushes from the wound. The thick scent of blood hangs in the air. One whiff of the metallic stench is enough to make my head spin, robbing me of all rational thought. I have to escape. I have to escape. As I try to voice the words, I feel something touching my back. I'm trying to find another SPX on my heels. Only that, I can make out the sound of treads nearby. More and more SPXs gather on my heels, but the situation is so absurd that I actually find some comfort in it. Can this be a vision from the Denomon? Is this the fate I'm bound for? What in the world is supposed to happen to me? You think I'm just gonna sit and take it? I dash forward with all my strength, weaving my way through the SPXs before they can react. No, until it's over, even if what I'm seeing really is the future, I refuse to give up. Find a sliver of hope. Sparks fly across my field of vision, flooding my surroundings with light. I found myself in a familiar cell. There's a figure lying on the bed in the back. Oddly enough, a large object protrudes from their chest. Oh no. I recognize the object at once. It's the stolen SPX spike. Even from this distance, it's crushing the obvious what happened. The spike has been speared straight through what is now a corpse. I spring from the bed and survey the darkness around me. There aren't any bodies. I don't see the spike of SPXs either. Sad blood is gone too. I heave a deep sigh of relief. All that just now was only a dream.
また悲劇的な結末を見たみたいだね。
Holmes appears, her words shattering my brief moment of peace.
見えたのだろう。誰かが死ぬ。
Yeah, I saw a corpse in the cell, but I'm not sure who it was. The dream was way more fragmented than usual.
情報が不足している状態だな。
情報を収集するって
How can you be so
そんな
blatant
悠長な
Someone might die
誰か
again.
が死ぬかもしれないんですよ。
Should I start searching for clues
直
right
情
away?
的な点は君の愛すべき性格の一つだ。君も昼に言っていただろう。今
But I...
僕は
watch them back in front of me again. There's anything I can do right now, I want to do it. That spikes are going to be used as another weapon. That could be clean near the white SPX. I'm gonna go check.
一時これ以上は止めないが、くれぐれも気をつけてくれ。
Right, I'll be careful. I knock the sound and take a step outside. The metallic door creaks as it opens, causing my heart to nearly leap out of my chest. That got a little dicey. Even the tiniest sound echoes here in the dungeon. Riley has ears like a hawk, but thankfully her cell is on the far side of the hall, so he should be okay. Still better safe than sorry.
君は探偵なのに足音を消すのが苦手なんだ。
これでも十分消せているでしょ。
Very good job.
以上消すなんて無茶ですよ。
No way it can be any quieter.
甘いぞ、ワト君。熟練の探偵なら騎士ペット探しは軽んじられがちだが、
アルバイト先の先生は僕にペ
My
ット
boss
探し
back at
ば
my
かりをさせ
part-time
てま
job
した
always
け
had
ど、
me looking for lost pets. Even that was part of my
きっ
training.
とそうさ。探偵の基礎を見。
We continue talking as we near the SPX's remains. While I can discern the vague shape in front of me, it's too dark to make out much else.
探偵デバイスのライト機
Can't
能
see
を
a
使って
thing,
も
even my D-pad's
当
flashing.
たり前だろ。ここは太陽の日差しの一筋。流行る気持ちはわかるが、やはり無理に調査などせず、このまま起きてこの地。
それが妥当なところかもし
That's
れませ
probably
ん。
a good idea. I don't think anyone else is awake right now.
以前も言った通り、エンドシーイングは万能の力じゃ。
Man, I just wish I had a flashlight.
ライトを消せ。
どうしたんですか？
Cut light water. Huh? What's wrong? I speak aloud without thinking, and Holmes quickly zooms in front of me.
いいから消すんだ。それに
Alright,
声を
keep
発す
quiet.
るな。
Someone has you in their sights. I nearly blew out. Don't be ridiculous before managing to stop myself. Turn off my light and look around, but don't notice anything suspicious.
もういませんよ。
There's nothing there.
何
You
か
should
見え
spot
たんで
something.
いや、ただ気配を感じただけだ。
勘違いなんじゃ。
Maybe it was just your mind.
避けろ。
As I quickly roll to the side, what appears to be a spike from the white SPX shoots out from behind me. The tip barely misses its mark, but slowly begins to encroach upon me. There's a cracking noise as it strikes me. My vision flickers several times. Suddenly my body feels weightless and my consciousness fades.
起きろ。起きろ、ワト君。
I open my eyes and see Holmes peering at me with a troubled expression. Looking around, I found myself in a strange concrete area. No decorations, just 4 passages leading in different directions. The cold, inhumane nature of the place sends a shiver down my spine.
ホームズさん。
すまない。私と君の意識はリンクしていたが、目の前の光景。
What? Why me? What for? A booming mechanical hum reverberates through the area, shaking the surrounding concrete. There's no question, it's an SPX, and it's getting closer. Must be coming from these passages.
通路だ。
It took the might of the entire DA to defeat the last mech. If it discovers me alone, I'm toast. The overbearing word draws closer to the point where it feels as if the angel of death itself is about to descend upon me.
落ち着け、ワト君。今の状態で SPX と遭遇すれば、悲劇の死は避けられない。
The instant I look at the passage in front of me, a bright red SPX cuts me down. Splattering blood dyes my vision scarlet.
どうやら SPX は。
よし。ならば向かって右手の通路へ逃げよう。エンドシーイングの反動は大丈夫か？
ええ。頭が焼けるみたい。
そうか。それはよかった。
Be interesting if you could use in during investigations.
ホームズさん、 もしかして
どうしてそう思うんだ？
今までに何度もそれに10年前に僕の囚われていた地下室と隣接していますし、
なるほど。それなら私たちが誘拐されていた10年前。
でも不思議なのは SPX がいるということは、この通路も探偵同盟と関わりがあるんですよね。
そろそろ知りたがる頃だと思っていた。
That took longer than expected. Holmes closes her eyes solemnly, pauses, then finally begins
はじめ
speaking.
に言っておくが、これまでにも伝えてある通り、私も全てを知って。
どうして知らないんですか？
What is that? When those
探偵
mechs
同盟で開発していたメカ。
正確には違う。あの SPX シリーズやこの迷宮、そして
秘密警察。警察内の組織なんですか？
The secret police, SPX.
いや、警察の名を冠しただけの全く別の組織だ。探偵同盟のように表沙汰にできるような活動もしていないか。
変な組織ですね。
明けぬ夜事件を解決するためさ。当時からすでに著名な探偵であった。
あの二人と協力関係に。目的だけ。
ああ、目的は真っ当だったよ。八つ崎港が明けぬ夜事件の影響を受けている。
ええ、外道探偵がそう語っていました。あ
あ、その通りだ。しかしその対応に追われるうちに君や私が監禁。
What? You're saying the secret police was behind the abduction 10 years ago? We're shocked, but the facts do seem to add up. Despite the scale of the incident, coverage on it from the media was surprisingly scant. Ultimately, the perpetrators were written off as an organized crime syndicate. So it really was more to the story after all. And then there's the other thing Renegade mentioned. Every detective here is tied to the Dayless Night, which makes the link between Holmes and
秘密
myself.
警察は明けぬ夜事件の再来を未然に防げるよう長時
事件を未然に
How would they be able
防
to stop something like that in advance?
ぐ。そんなの非現実的
It's
すぎます
practically
よ。
impossible.
君はすでに手に入れているじゃないか。
Oh. The kidnapping 10 years ago, the Denimans' visions of the future, and the secret police that sought to create supernatural detectives. Finally, each piece falls
気
into
づいた
place.
ようだね。君に宿ったその意の君に私の力が引き継がれた理由は他でもない。君そこの柱の陰に隠れろ。何かが近く。
I hide as Holmes instructed. After which, something small than the other mech battled by.
あれは
そのまま言葉は発さずに会話を続けよう。今の期待なら私も見知っている。どうやら視覚情報を察知するのは苦手な。
あんな透明なものまで。
残念だが探偵同盟にも当時の機密警察の探偵同盟の創始だが、この迷宮もそんなブラックボック
そんな場所に僕を連れ込むなんて誰の仕業なんで。
わからない。だが間違いなくこの迷宮の存在を知る何者かの仕業だろう。
なんて卑劣なんだ。早くみんなの元に戻ってこのことを。
落ち着け。クローラーの音がかすかに聞こえるだろう。探偵には情熱も大切だが冷静な思考も寛容だ。
すみません。僕はいつも感情に身を任せてばかりで。
君はそれでいいんだよ。私が君のストッパーになる。君と私
並び立てるよう頑張ります。
I listen closely to make sure the SPX is gone before heading deeper into the passage. Things don't seem as scary to me as they did before, so thanks to Holmes and her words of encouragement. The two of us make one detective, huh? Until now, I've simply been following her orders. Been feeling like some kind of fraud for deceiving the others. What Holmes said, that the both of us make one competent detective together, reassures me.
またこの部屋か。
いずれかの通路には危険な罠が待ち受けている。
エンドシーイングですね。
グッドだ、ワト君。
A horrific sight emerges, immediately snapping me back to reality.
ワト君、私にも見えたぞ。
はい、この先で殺人。
I may still be able to stop it. I'm going down that central passage right now. I have to. I rush over and met with an endless concrete passage exactly like the rest. Shrouded by the darkness, however, is a small gap in the wall. There must be an exit to this maze. If I head through here, I might be able to get back to the dungeon where everyone's waiting.
わざわざワト君を迷宮まで運んでおきながら、ここまで罠気をつけろ、ワト君。
はい。
I move cautiously into the gloom, keeping an eye out for whatever may be lurking within. I press on one careful step at a time, unable to see a thing in the dark. Sick of being in these awful tunnels, but this passage almost certainly must connect to where I was before. I need to hurry near from the others so I can let them know about my vision. So I can think about as I continue walking.
ここに通路の出口が見えてきま。
もしかしたらこの通路こそ例の。
じゃあ何か仕掛けを見つけないと出られない可能性も。
ああ、注意深く探索してみよう。
By that moment, I see a shaft of light dead ahead.
ホームズさん、あれ。
Holmes, look.
もしかして隠し扉の隙間なんじゃないですか。
I'll go check it out. When I reach for the light, I notice that the ceiling is much lower than I realized, allowing me to touch it easily. Feels like there's something I can push here.
ホームズさん、どうやらここが。
待ってくれ。私が犯人ならこんな分かりやすいヒントは残さない。罠の可能性がある。
でもこれ以上時間をかけたらもし罠で命に危険が迫ったとしても。
そうだな。行こう、ワト君。たとえ。
I touch where the light is filtering in. Raise my legs and push with all my might. As I do, light grows larger and the cover slides upward with a grating sound. Just as I thought, this really is where you get into the hidden passage. Upon climbing out, I found myself in a familiar cell.
戻ってこれだ。
I take a deep breath, grateful to be free from that suffocating maze. Now comes the hard part. Sure, I had a vision of a future homicide, but that isn't something I can just tell people directly. How can I alert the others so that they'd be on their guards? Something suddenly enters my line of sight. It can't be. I mean, I managed to get back safely. So I want everyone to prevent the vision I saw. That'd be my plan. So why is there a spike thrust through her chest? Why? I worked so hard to make it back. Why did this happen?
Look it.
Well, these wounds seem so minimal. I half expect her to leap up at any moment, but her body's still, and her one lively face is coming clear. With a trembling hand, I check her pulse, but there's not a trace of warmth from her, let alone her heartbeat. She was so strong, so manly and boisterous. No one in our group had more humanity. That's all been stolen from her now. Couldn't save her either. Even after Denimon showed me the future, even though I knew the spike was missing. When it came to it, I couldn't prevent tragedy. I don't have time to dwell on my misery. No, wait, it wasn't me! Finally sinks in, I've been framed. The cell is an enclosed space. The door is locked and the only way in would be through the hidden passage I crawled out of. This compromising position is only natural for someone to assume I'm guilty.
どうやら犯人は初めから君を犯人完全な密室ではなく、あえて不完全な密室を。
Holmes' words unreached at all. In my adult state, I'm too preoccupied with how I'm going through my innocence. It's Renegade. Who was the last one to have it? Chapter 3, the case in some sealed cell.
いい加減白状なさ。
Because I didn't do it. I'm telling you, someone else is the culprit. I'm bound with rope and made to sit on the ground as per Potter's orders. The rest of the detectives crowd around and begin handing me questions.
飛脚さんから話は聞きましたよ。それに何より、あの牢屋の鍵は大和さんの衣服。
君が通ってきた地下の通路を調べさせてもらったよ。例の SPX が出てきた通路と繋がっていることも確認できた。
そうだったんですか。
Yeah, never realized. There weren't any other entrances or exits down there as far as I'd seen. While it hardly matters anymore, it turns out Holmes had the right idea when she suggested we investigate the passageway more thoroughly. Especially seeing as no amount of hurrying would have been enough to save Rowdy anyway.
あなたは夜中に牢屋を抜けた。昨日私に調査を待ってよ。
大和さんが亡くなって僕も最初は動揺しちゃったけど
大方ライトの苦肉の策と庶民らしい。
僕は犯人じゃありません。
passage.
僕が必ず見つけ出しますから。
検視が終わったよ。死因は心臓を人差しに見事なまでの即死だね。
つまり犯行時刻は午前3時。私たち
文学さんに同意します。そもそも凶器の針が
無能殿を陥れるための罠に違いないのである。我々
ねえゲドちゃん、
なんだい検視の
どうして
確かに
Oh, right. This one was originally supposed to be renegades. Gourmet shoots renegade, remarkably piercing glare. There's something terrifying beneath her
僕から
expression.
説明します。そうしたら断りきれない僕を見かねて大和さんが代わりにその
事情は理解したわ。さあ
今俺はベッドが変わると寝つけない性格でね。
嘘の香りがするわね。
嘘の香りがしない人間なんていないさ。君は少々
嘘の顔でもね、あなたみたいに腐りきってしまえば
こいつは手厳しい。
まあいいわ。寝床を交換したこ
Gourmet faces mean and softens her
無
expression.
能ちゃんの気持ちはとっても犯人を突き止めたいのはみんな同じよ。
Some of the others are coming to my defense, but without any evidence of my fate. Ultimately, my hands are tied. I have no choice but to wait here at the scene of Harley's murder while I'm on watch duty.
元気を出して。
With only the two of us remaining in the cell, Armour speaks to me with candid concern. Even now he's willing to trust and look out for me. He truly is an honest, kind-hearted soul. Suddenly, Holmes materializes
こ
beside
んなと
Armour.
ころでじっとしているのか。君は悲劇を
悲劇を防げなかっただ
I
けです。
can't deny. A prime suspect now. What can I do?
信じて待つ。
The only option I have is to believe in my friends and
い
wait.
やまだある。犯人が君を狙ったのはなぜか。よく考え
犯人は
School.
この牢屋の隠し通路が見つかれば
Yes, it's the person
犯人
who
はすでに逃げ去った誰かということもできた。つまり君に疑念を向ける君の力がなければこの事件
Yeah, I can solve it. A small flame of courage is stoked within me, but nothing more. Still a suspect here, so my actions may only cause more needless confusion. By getting a leg up early, only to wind up ensnaring myself in the killer's trap. Is it better to join the investigation or sit this one out? I trust myself to make the right
無能
call.
殿、見てほしいのである。こんなところに札がたくさん。
あ、それは大和。
それは知らなかったのである。
花札を切ってランダムに1枚。それにしてもなんで床にバラバラになって。
無能殿、この
By every single one. How could this be an accurate test
こ
of
れじゃ
luck?
いつでも桜の札を引ける。
もしかしたらこの札は運試しのためでは。
それ
桜の札を引けば自分の選択を信じるしかない。つまりこの札を引くこととはすなわち
大和さんは。
Indeed, no, she was likely incensed by this turn of events. She would not regret trading cells in Dolfo's place. Of this I'm certain. Hers was a truly great loss. Yeah.
無能の兄さん、自分が本気で選ぼうとする決だから引くんだよ。
All these words from yesterday repeat in my head. I have really trusted my decisions up until this point. Nothing's to be gained from regret, so I need to stop second guessing myself and make a choice. The only path is forward. Armour,
僕の
would
ロ
you
ー
mind
プを
kind
ち
of
ぎって
slow?
もらっ。
無能殿。
My good sir, you intend to investigate? Yeah, I can't just stay
じっとなん
around
てしてい
twiddling
られ
my
ない。
thumbs. If Holmes actually assessed that I'm a threat to Culford, the case won't be solved unless I act now. A horrible tragedy has already occurred. Can't allow this chain of grief to continue any
脱
longer.
走は良くないな。 容疑者
Turning tails and a flowing look, my dear little suspect. Renegade steps into the cell. In his hand, he clutches a knife. Renegade, what's with knife?
容疑者にはじっとしていてもらおうと思ってね。しばらく眠っていてもらう。
そんなことは。
I shan't allow it. Armor intercepts Renegade as he moves in to attack me. I look into Renegade's cold eyes, recalling the first time we met. He strangled me so tightly it cut off my circulation. A man like him certainly intends to kill me. But then, with a muffled thunk, Renegade suddenly topples to the ground. I notice Bookworm standing behind him with the sizable book she's always reading in hand. Did she just hit him over the head with that thing?
しばらく眠るのはあなたのようでしたね。と。
文学さん
Bookworm, what are you doing there?
あなたがじっとしているはずがないことはさ、下道探偵が。
We continue talking as Bookworm pulls me by the hand to a new location, away from the other detectives. What could Sir Renegade be thinking, attacking his own
犯
comrades?
行現場となる牢屋は本来下道探偵の寝床です。きっと彼は何かを知っているの。無能探偵、あなたはこの事件をどう紐解くと。
文学さん
Are you sure, Bookworm? I'm the primary suspect, you
あ
know.
なたは魔界探偵の敵を。
Her voice is uncharacteristically profuse with emotion as she smiles at me. Right now, suspecting me is the obvious thing to do. That she would say such kind words to me. Regardless, hits me right in the heart. I too offer you my fealty. Since our arrival, you and I have weathered many storms. We are comrades through and through.
よかったな。状況は確かに絶望的だが、武装君たちのように。では、事件の捜査に入る前に大切なことをしておこう。さて、前回も教えたことだが、
現状
There are 23 points of investigation vital to this case. First, we need to learn
密室
how the
にどう
culprit
入ったの
entered
か
them.
その密室の中。2つ目は僕が襲
Why
わ
I
れ
was
た理由。
attacked.
僕が襲われた時、これは殺すよりもずっと。そして3つ目は
Nope. No, this has been determined. Not as much as
そして3つ目はそして3つ目は
Ah, yes.
床に散らばっていた花札。
Then again, like I said, most obvious answer is
元
always
さん
obvious.
服のポケットに
I've been
こ
fucking
の
done
3つの
that.
謎を解くために、僕らはまず。
よし、早速。
ですが無能探偵、あなたはここにいてください。
どうして？
Wait, why?
一
Can't
人
we
だけ
teach
に
you
任せ
your
るなん
work?
てできない。
あの現場には下道探偵がいます。無能探偵。
Ah, yeah. Good point. I can't speak for his aims, but I highly doubt stopping him once would be enough to deter a second attempt. If I value my life, I need to be wary of him. Failing to do so could only mean
私
danger.
たちが下道探偵の位置を伝えるので、あなたはでき
Given
る
the
限
fact
り
that it
安全な場所から指示を出
was
してくだ
his
さい。
room she was moved to, and the spear, I'd say he's most likely culprit.
それが良さそうだな。実際の捜査を。
ありがとう。2人とも。
Thanks again, you two. Hard to believe I'm stuck hiding from a fellow detective. Either way, investigating those 3 critical points and avoiding Renegade are the priorities for now. May have provided me with an unexpected challenge, but this is no time to
みんな
falter.
頑張ろう。僕らの手でこの悲劇を覆すんだ。
Renegade detective is targeting incompetent. Hmm.
どうされましたか？僕にご用ですか？
There's Renegades then. Oh no.
承知である。
頑張るよ。
どうかしたのか。
僕にご用ですか？何か妙ですね。科学的に考えましょう。
どうかしたのか。
Damn it.
.僕が解決しましょう。頑張ります。僕にご用ですか？
何か用ですか？少女は視線を上げた。
頑張るよ。先生曰く調査こそが探偵の基本。
少女は目したまま一度うなずいた。何か少女、この辺りが怪しいですね。
合点承知である。
かがみ込む。
僕が解決しましょう。この足でもできる限りは調べますよ。
そうか。
つまらなすぎて壊しちゃいそうだよ。
God fucking damn it. Since when was this game Metal Gear Solid?
復讐する。何か少女面倒くさいと言いつつ少女は調べる。
どうされましたか？さあ実験を始めましょうか。肉体労働は苦手なんて言ってられませんね。僕が解決しましょう。どうされましたか？検証なら任せてください。
合点承知である。検証どうすればいいのだ。
科学的に考えましょう。僕にご用ですか？さあ実験を始めましょう。肉体労働は苦手。どうして言ってられませんね。
何か少女に尋ねかける。
どうかしたのか。
少女はこくりとうなずいてみせた。少女はこくりとうなずいてみせた。
そうか。
頑張ります。
合点承知である。
何か用ですか？少女は視線を上げた。
僕にご用ですか？
少女は黙したまま一度うなずいた。少女はこくりとうなずいてみせた。
僕が解決しましょう。検証なら任せてください。科学的に考えましょう。
そう。
頑張ります。
どうかしたのか。
何か少女に尋ねか
どうかしたのか。
さあ実験を始めましょうか。どうされましたか？皆さん謎が解けましたよ。
頑張るよ。そうか、これが事件の手がかりだ。よし、わかった。 僕でよければ。
5 hours. Yeah, that makes sense when you're trying to
少
cover
女
your
は
own
こくり
ass.
とうなずいてみせた。
僕にご用ですか？どうされましたか？僕とフレンズが謎を解きます。
何か少女何か用ですか？この辺りが怪しいですね。
頑張ります。
少女はかがみ込む。
どうかしたのか？
僕でよければ。
合点承知である。我に任せろ。必ず見つけ出す。
Coruscant.
どうしたの？頑張ります。そうか、これが事件の手がかりだ。つまり僕でよければ。どうしたの？冷静に調べよう。
少女は黙したまま一度うなずいた。はいはいと少女は苦笑する。
どうされましたか？科学的に考えて答えは一つです。
何か用かな？どうしたの？
Analyze.
みんなの期待に応えてみせるよ。
合点承知である。
少女はこくりとうなずいてみせた。
どうしました？
我にも解けたのだ。
さあ、実験を始めましょうか。
少女はこくりとうなずいてみせた。はいはいさあ
どうされましたか？
次の謎を探しましょう。
力を合わせて立ち向かいましょう。
Yes! I would say first time, but given the amount of times I just had my ass handed to me.
庶民のくせに私たちを集めるなど真犯人が分かったというのは
本当です。
I answer Posh's inquiry directly. Normally I might have buckled under the pressure, but I won't falter this time. This is vengeance for Rowdy.
僕の容疑を晴らすところから始めます。
First, allow me to clear my
僕が
name.
地下の通路を
I said that it would have been impossible for me to enter Rowdy's cell using the underground passageway.
どうして可能ですの？
Pardon? And
む
why
しろ
exactly would
そ
that
れ以外
be?
にあの牢屋に入る方法はなかったでしょ？
There's a tricky issue with that term. Something one detective, particularly close to Rowdy, must have noticed. That person would be... Nope. Gourmet, of course it was.
OK よ。じゃあ
Not renegade, he's an asshole.
すごい音。
そんな子が
それはそうだね。
そう。美食さんの言う通り、この地下通路から
It's just like Gourmet
とて
says.
も音が鳴るんです。あれでは隣の部
Using
屋
the
の人に気づ
passage
かれる
makes
か
a
もし
lot
れ
of
ません。
noise, so much that the neighboring cells might notice.
聴力に優
Basically
れてい
makes
た
it
ヤマトさん
impossible
に
that
気づかれ
someone
ず
with
に侵入
hearing
す
as
るだ
soon
ろ
as
う。
Rowdies wouldn't
無理に
notice.
決まっています。
お待ちなさい。犯人はな
Oh
ぜ
wait,
このよう
one
な失
moment.
態を
How
犯
could
し
the
ましたの？
perpetrator make such a
このような
blunder?
問題点
Surely they would have
少し
noticed
試せば
an
気
issue
づけたで
had
しょう
they
に。
tried moving it even
僕た
slightly.
ちの目があったから試せな
I
かっ
don't
た
think
んだ
they
と
were
思い
able
ます。
to test it, since they'd risk crossing past me.
この犯行
I
は
believe
突
this
発
crime
的
was
で
a spur of the
ギャンブル
moment
的なものだ
gamble,
った。
which is precisely why the culprit made so many blunders.
ヤマトさん
You
を
can see
殺害した
similar
方法に
missteps
も
in
よ
the
く出てい
method
ま
they
す。
used to murder
殺害
Rowdy.
方法に
その方法は科学
はい任せて
Techie has an aura of readiness about him. Still, it's clear the group isn't on the same page, with Posh tilting her head in confusion.
何ができた？
家族さん足も
これは床をそれによく見ると壁掛けベッドのチェーンに結び
このワイヤーは地下牢
This
の
is
中
why
に
we
使った
found
も
this
の
on
で
this
す。
dungeon. Do you know where it's from too, Posh? Right, this wire is... from the SPX.
襲われた SPX
Now I remember.
巻き取って回収するため
This
のワ
wire
イヤー
was
です
used by a certain SPX to retrieve its spikes, the very same ones that attacked you, Posh.
盗まれたのは針だ
Mosh
けではあり
didn't
ま
took
せん
the
で
spike itself? Correct. It was obvious the spike was missing, so
他
we
の部品が
looked
盗ま
what
れた
else
と
was
気づけ
stolen.
なかったんです。
After all, it's just a small
こ
portion
の
of
ワイ
wire
ヤーは太め
taken.
で丈夫ですけど
This wire is sturdy,
色が
but
黒
it's
くて
black, making it hard to
想
detect
像
in
視認で
dark.
きません。
All the more here in the cells, since they lack
部屋ごと
no
に
こ
light.
のワイヤーを床に伝わせて
そう
Right, just like Techie
通りだ
says. Before the murder, right before lights
お
out,
そらく消
the
灯時間
culprit
の
must have
前に
attached the wire to the bed chain in iron bars. They then used it to impale Rowdy on the spike without going inside her cell.
待ってくれ。
Slow
どの
down.
ように
How
し
do
て
you
ワイ
propose
ヤー
to
で
use
針
that
を運ぶ
wire to move the
確か
spike?
に。針な
True,
ら
it
柵の
could
隙間を
easily
通せるかも
pass
しれないが、
between the bars,
数メートル
but
離
several
れたベッ
meters
ド
to
で
the
眠
bed.
る山津さんの
Wouldn't
胸
an
に
accurate shot to the chest be rather difficult?
その通りです。
Yeah, it would be.
今回の
But
事
the
件で一
culprit,
番
the
犯人が
trickiest
苦労
part
した
was
のは
figuring out how
まさ
exactly
に
to
そ
stab
の
with the
方法は
spike.
壁
However,
掛
I
け
was
ベッ
able
ド
to
のチェ
recreate
ー
the
ン
method
と牢屋
by
の柵
examining
に
the marks left
そ
by
れぞれワイ
wires
ヤーを結びつけた跡が残っていたことから
around to the
それ
bed
とくこと
chains
が
and
で
cell
犯人は
bars.
思いもよらない方
The
法で
culprit positioned the
針を
spike
ベッドの
above
上で眠る
the
山田さ
sleeping
んの頭
Rowdy
ま
by
で運
using
んだ
an
んですよ。
unusual
その方
approach,
法は
namely
犯人は壁掛けベッドのチェーンと
by
牢屋の
connecting the
柵
bed
をワイヤーで
chains
結
to
び
the
つけること
bars
で
with
外とベ
wire.
ッドま
The
でをつ
culprit
なぐ架
created a
け橋
bridge
を
to
作ったん
slip
で
the
す。
spike in Rowdy's cell.
橋を作ったっ
A
て
bridge, so they
要
connected
は
the
チ
chain
ェーン
to a
と
bar
柵とを結び
and
つけて
pulled the wire
ピ
taut.
ンと張ったというこ
Wouldn't
と
it be a
だ
bit difficult to
そ
slide
の
the
橋に
spike
はチ
down
ェーン
that
が伸び
bridge?
ているのはベッド
The
の
chains
隅じゃない
extend
か
to the bed's outer
チェーン
corners.
の元まで
Even
針を
if the
滑ら
spike
せたり
traveled
した
all the
ら
way down,
刺さるのは
it'd be
頭か
lucky if it managed
よ
to
ほど
stab
運
the
が
head
良
or
くて
shoulder.
一本
Yeah,
のワイ
with
ヤ
a
ーを
one
用い
wire
て
zip
作った
line,
架
that
け橋
would
なん
be
で
the
す。
case. What if two wires were used to form
2
a
本のワイ
track?
ヤー
2本のワイヤーで
Two wires?
ね
Yes, two wires could then act as guide rails, with the
針が
spike
通ったの
suspended in
は欄
between
干
them.
少女は無能立ってい
Go
る
ahead, you
用意してい
come
た
take the
凶器の
red
レプリカ
weapon
ン
that
で
you
は
Just as I'd requested earlier, Bookworm produces a spike with some wire attached. Just like the actual weapon used in the crime, there's a hole at the base of the spike where a wire can be fed into. The wire has been passed through a hole and connected at the ends, forming a loop. Thanks, Bookworm. Just like the replica she made, the real murder weapon also featured a wire loop, creating a sort of giant keychain. We've read the guide rail wires connecting the bed chains and bars through this loop. What would happen? Let's test it and find out. I passed the two aforementioned wires through the wire loop at the base of the spike, then let go. Once I do, the spike drops a bit before wobbling back and forth, dangling between the two wires. When I go like this, the spike only dangles in place. Can't travel to the bed like this, so an additional change must be made. Could you just notch the wires over on the bars so that never up higher? Verily, my good sir. Wasting no time, Arm immediately unties knots and repositions them much higher. The incline of the track connecting the bars to the bed is quite steep now. As expected, the spike begins to move. Like something of a cable car, the suspended spike slides down the two guiding wires. It's begun to descend. By adjusting the angle of the spike's weight, see where those marks in the bars are right. Yeah, I know suspension on the bars were much higher than on the chains. That's when I realized the track required a steep incline. The sliding spike reaches the end of the track into a halt where the wires and the chains connect, perfectly in between the two chains, causing the bed, dangling directly over where the sleeper's torso would be. I Aside from the tip, the spike is remarkably light, so as long as the wires were pulled down properly attached, they should get.
傾斜の大きな針がベッドの上にたどり着いて柵の結び目を解けば準備完了。あとは無能探偵にお任せ。それじゃあ皆さん。
Alright, everyone, your attention please. This is method used to murder Rowdy. First, untie one wire. It's only threaded through the chain links on the opposite side, so as to make it incredibly easy. Upon doing so, the suspended spike wobbles and falls toward the bed. Momentum alone would be enough to stab someone. The design of the bed, however, was exploited to compensate for this. Because of the way the wall bed was constructed, pulling the chain would cause it to close, like this. Grasping the second wire, I yanked with all my might. The chain is pulled along with it. And, with a sharp noise, the bed jerks up toward the wall. Once I let go, we can see that the spike is embedded deep inside the mattress. What was that? How did the spike stab through the bed when it was lifted? Due to the length of the spike, folding up the bed causes it to catch on the corner of the hollow space where the mattress fits into the wall. Oh, I see. That's why the culprit took the spike in the fence. They wanted to adjust its length so exactly, Doleful. For this crime, the needle couldn't touch the victim while tangling, but still had to catch when the bed was closed. That's why the spike was stolen ahead of time, despite the culprit knowing they may be exposed to doing so. But an unforeseen problem arose, making one other condition necessary to pull off this plan successfully. Height. As Teki explained before, the wire track slant must be angled high enough to slide the spike over the bed. However, during the crime, the culprit found that her arms were too short. The track was tilted too low, and the spike stopped moving. Adequate height was required, and how was it attained? Perhaps the culprit mastered the art of body elongation? Gaining sufficient height would be quite a challenge, yes. There's a simpler way to accomplish this. The culprit gained height by using... The culprit needed the chair in the warden's room to raise up the wires. The very same chair we employed while investigating the SPX? Yep, that's right. The culprit must have seen us using it and recalled it at that moment. Standing atop the chair, they were able to reaffix the wires at a higher point before sliding the spike down once more. However, it's clear that the culprit made a fatal error. What was that? When they were bringing the chair over from the warden's room, they happened to bump into me. I definitely recall seeing that chair somewhere. I definitely recall seeing that chair somewhere. It shouldn't have been at the moment.
目撃者を殺しにかかったのでしょ。別に犯人側からすれば真っ当な行動に思えますけど。
椅子を運んでいる現場さえ見られなければ監視室へお手洗いに行っていたと言えばその話です。
Wouldn't that be easier?
つまり犯人は
Frankly, it was odd for the culprit to be in that area, considering the dungeon's layout. But at that time, someone was inexplicably at the spot where I was attacked. The same individual who killed Rowdy, and that person was... No, that's not that. Calm down, I've got to think. That's right, it was you, workaholic detective. You're the culprit. You're the one who murdered Rowdy. Despite being accused as a killer, workaholic smiles, completely unflustered. That's a rather cruel joke. Do you think I'm the culprit on no grounds aside from the positions of our... What about that makes you so sure that I'm the one who did it? This is just what I'd expect from a veteran detective. His reply is calm and his voice is quiet. Before coming to this island, I might have lost faith in my theory and abandoned it. I'm not hesitating anymore. I trust myself in this. The way Rowdy would have. It was odd for workaholic to be well saw him because it's not the way to the bathroom. Your room's in the back. There's no reason to go over the front to reach the warden's bathroom. Being seen there would have been curtains for you. In that case, shouldn't Techie be a suspect too? You ought to be ashamed of singling me out like this. That's true, if it's just based on room location, Techie is a suspect too. But the trick used for this crime proves Techie can't be the culprit. That's because... Techie uses wheelchair. Techie uses wheelchair. He's always in it, so even if he could stand, there'd be no need to fight the chair. Don't want to believe it, but the only person who had something to lose by being seen near the SPX is you. You lacked the height, so you panicked and took the closer route to the warden's room to get a chair. That's when you noticed me. Since I already sensed someone and was looking for them, you tried to have me removed altogether. That way, you could eliminate the risk of being spotted while simultaneously putting the crime on me. Workaholic's face changes colour. Though I'm happy to catch a culprit, my heart feels heavy at the same time. To think Workaholic would do this, I don't know, I can't believe it. But there's no going back now. I have to soldier on without faltering. You're still lacking a motive, aren't you? Huh? What reason do I have to kill Rowdy? Never have I heard Workaholic speak with such a cold voice, freezing me in the tracks. He turns my way, pure ire etched on his expression. I've been working with the Detective Alliance since its inception. Why would I harm a fellow member? You know I appear suspicious, your theory holds water. Accusing someone without a motive? That's enough to strip you of your credentials. Well, you see, treating others like criminals without identifying intent ruins people's lives. That's the worst thing a detective can do. Well, incompetent detective answers me. He rebukes me with fear. His threatening demeanour causing me to trip over my tongue. Can't find the words to fight back. Fear should be correct, but it's hard to rebut that makes me unsure.
ひるむな、バタカ。犯人を激高し、感情のままに犯行を試みるのがね。
Bolstered by Holmes' encouragement, I keep my face steady as I meet Workaholic's eyes. They haven't changed, still gleaming with ferocious murderous intent, but I can't let them beat me. I fear he could very well ruin Workaholic's life, but he didn't just ruin Rowdy's life. He ended it. Can't back down now, there's no way. Let me ask again, why would I kill Rowdy? You're so convinced I'm the culprit, tell me why I did it. Here we go, Watto. Focus your mind and think. There must be something to the point that we're overlooking. Did Workaholic really want to kill Rowdy? You didn't mean to kill Rowdy, did you? After all, you don't have any incentive to. What are you saying? Rowdy is dead and that's a fact. What, are you claiming that I killed her against my own wishes? Workaholic's right. Rowdy was murdered. You didn't mean to kill her, but she's still dead. Looking back, I can think of one underlying cause for this. The room swap. Before the murder,
大和さんは
Rowdy
機動
switched
探偵
cells
と
with
牢屋を
Renegade
交換してい
Detective,
る。
but you weren't
つま
aware
り
of that.
社
Then
畜
if
さ
you
んが
really
大
hadn't
和さんを
intended to
殺そ
kill
う
her,
と
you
思って
couldn't
も
have, because you
部屋
didn't
の
know
場
which
所を
room
知
she
らな
was
かっ
in.
た。
That brings me to another realization. Thousand night, which means that Workaholic had actually meant to kill Renegade.
無能君、信じてくれ。
Incompetent, please, believe me, I didn't do it.
私はやっていない。
社畜さん。
It's time to wrap this up, Workaholic. During an investigation, we secretly took black wires from the SPX and attached them to the chains of Renegade's wallbed. You set them on the floor against the wall so they would go unnoticed in the dark cell. That way you could touch the wires from outside whenever. When the time was right, you went to Renegade's cell, took the wires you placed, and tied them taut to the bars, creating a makeshift bridge. I give you 2 guide tracks from the bed to the bars. And then you thread them into the loop. At the end of the spike, its own weight will slide it down. The knots would ensure the spike stopped above the chest of the sleeper. Then after undoing one wire, it rests diagonally across against the body. Last, yanking the other wire would pull the chain with it, closing the bed upon the spike like it was fighting down. A terrifying contraption. This is how you plan to stab Renegade Detective to death while remaining outside of his cell. Emphasis on plan. Since you never got a trial run, you didn't realise the angle wasn't steep enough, so to fix that you got a chair from the warden's room to stand on. But unfortunately, you ran into a wrinkle, me. You knew it would be strange for you to be seen there, so you knocked me out and used me as a scapegoat. I fell right into your trap and became the prime suspect of the murder in this semi-sealed cell. You successfully pinned the crime on me. After all your attention to detail, your fatal mistake was not knowing Renegade and Rowdy had swapped rooms. The crime was carried out remotely in the dark. You never realized she was in the cell, so you murdered Rowdy by mistake. Workaholic, you haven't gone along with Renegade for a while, have you? And that was who you really wanted to kill, right? Workaholic's protests trail before dying off. His silence speaks far more to the truth than anything else that's been said. This murder was a tragedy done in darkness. Not a soul noticed it happen, and even the culprit wasn't wise to their own mistake. The mistake of killing Rowdy instead of Renegade. That culprit was you, Workaholic Detective. Workaholic's mouth hangs open, but no words come out. He has nothing to say in his defense. We all watch him in silence. The truth has been revealed, but there's still something I just can't comprehend. Workaholic, why were you so fixated on killing Renegade? I can't see a rational, experienced detective like you allowing yourself to get emotionally provoked into murder. What happened between you two? Well, you see... Renegade Detective suddenly bursts into laughter. As he speaks, he points at Workaholic, his face flushed with joy. Bravo! What a show, Workaholic Detective. That is game over for you now. Waiting and bated breath to see how you talk your way out of this one. Relying on lack of motive with your final thoughts. I was hoping you'd remember yourself and show some defiance. From the bottom of my heart, I'm disappointed here. You didn't give me the slightest of tingles. What are you even talking about? I'm not following at all. Then allow me to enlighten you. Workaholic Detective may act like your average white-collar company man, but a decade back he was the polar opposite. Isn't that right? Should we ask all those children you kidnapped and confined in the name of justice way back when? Diabolic Detective. Enough. Don't you dare call me that! Workaholic, settle down. Workaholic's voice grows coarser than I've ever heard as he grabs Renegade. I step between them, but his words are still ringing in my ears. What are you trying to say, Renegade? Workaholic kidnapping kids? There's no way. Yes, way. Actually, Diabolic Detective was the one who abducted you 10 years ago. Although the kidnapper himself had yet to realize that. Incompetent? It's not that strange, is it? After all, every detective on the science has had their life upturned by a dangerous night incident. What is he talking about, Workaholic? Explain yourself. Don't listen to him. It's true I've done my share of evil deeds in the past. No. Some nerve saying that after killing your own colleague. You're diabolic back then, but 10 years is a long time, eh? So now you act all innocent as a world-weary middle manager. Fantastic, diabolic. I said not to call me that. Workaholic slams his foot square into Renegade Detective's stomach. I hear the horrific sound of bones breaking. The sharp crack utterly dispels his formerly weak appearance. So that kick earlier was just an act? Workaholic goes pale as he realizes his mistake. So, you really were deceiving us all along, Workaholic. No, this is all a misunderstanding. Back then, the old me knew nothing. Of course I regret it, even though I'm driven to make amends. Why don't sleep at night? Why continue my detective work? I'm sorry, I don't know how to apologize enough. Once I'm in hell, I'll look up at Valley in heaven and continue returning. At first, I think Workaholic is wiping away his tears, but he suddenly whips towards Renegade Detective once again. His face full of rage. It's you, Renegade Detective. I will kill you, no matter what it takes. Even if I must become diabolic again, I swear I'll end your life. I know what you really are. Invincible detective. The most abominable monster ever created by the chief of police. As if I would know what you chiefs called me. I would call Wait, what? You want to keep some that Japanese too?
先ほどから何を話していますのあなたたち。
おっと、ごめん。それより、鬼畜探偵。社畜殿、おとなしくしてくれ。
暴れるなら容赦はしないわ。
Sandwiched by armor and gourmet, Workaholic looks to the ceiling and lets out a deep sigh. I'm not asking you to believe me, but I can't let you seize me like this. Not yet. In an instant, Workaholic deftly slips out of their grasps before dashing into the passage the white SPX emerged from. It happens faster than my eyes can process. His speed belies the meekness he had presented up until now, and I failed to so much as react. I don't want to accept Renegade Detective's words as truth, but there's no doubt now that Workaholic has been concealing his abilities this whole time. Workaholic, we need to go after him. Everyone follows me towards the passage. We've solved the case, but all it leaves behind is an intangible misery hanging over a soul. Renegade Detective. I'll call out as we head down the hidden passage. My impatience getting the best of me. There's something I have to know. If everything you said is true, couldn't you have stopped Workaholic? What makes you say that? Your timing for switching rooms was too precise. You must have noticed that Workaholic had targeted you.
随分と勘が鋭くなったものだね。
So right.
ああ、狙われていることには気づいていたよ。散々社畜探偵を煽ってきたおかげで、ようやく本性を。どうして
How can you say that like you have nothing to do? Rowdy died in your place.
じゃあ、代わりに死ねばよかったのかな。俺は彼女と違って身体
Unlike her, I don't have any special physical ability.
鬼畜探偵に本気で狙われたんだから。狙われても死ななそうなヒー君に頼んだし、ヤマトちゃんでも大丈夫かと思う。まさかヤマト君が彼をかばって、さらに。
Are you serious? Are you just trying to make me angry?
本気さ。
Oh, I'm serious. I'm ready to live, but at the same time, I'm truly grateful to her. Shining example of detective ability. Oh shit, this guy's a 3.0.
それで話は終わり。あとはそれを見とった俺。人の命を何だと思ってるんだ。
Is that all human lives are you? You stopped him, Rowdy would still be.
はい、無能ちゃん、そこまで。ゲドウちゃんも。
My guard relaxes as Gourmet, true to her nature, intervenes once again. Renegade always manages to trip me up, and I feel pathetic about it every time. But Gourmet is able to keep her calm, even while facing someone who was involved in Rowdy's death, albeit indirectly. She really is incredible. Yeah. Thanks, Gourmet. Really, I appreciate you stepping in like that.
お礼を言うのはこちらの方。
Huh? Gourmet's hand trembles slightly when she touches me. When I look close, I spot tears in her eyes. She wipes her eyes with her handkerchief, and in an instant she's back to her usual unflappable, beaming self. Yeah. We've lost another friend, but we can't stop now. Those mysterious SPX Sentry Mags. Sprawling underground maze. The secret police who built it, and the diabolic detective who kidnapped me. We're going to unravel all these mysteries. We have to commit to pressing on, no matter what.
ネットの闇からごきげんよう。インターネット界の女王、八木崎公でございますわ。